Welcome to part 2 of my top 20 point guards of the 21st century. In part 1, I went through the number 20 through number 11 point guards of the century so far. In this video, I will be providing the rest. If you want to view the first video beforehand, I will provide a link in the description. But here we go, number 10 through number 1 point guards of the 21st century. Number 10, Derrick Rose. Derrick Rose is ranked the 5th best player in high school during his senior season. During the season, he averaged 25.2 points, 9.1 assists, 8.8 rebounds, and 3.4 steals per game. Following high school, Rose committed to the University of Memphis, where he played under coach John Calipari. Rose chose Memphis due to the school's history of putting players in the NBA. The season for Memphis was a huge success, and the Tigers finished the season with a 33-1 record. Rose averaged 14.9 points, 4.7 assists, and 4.5 rebounds. Rose led the team all the way to the finals against the Kansas Jayhawks. There, they lost in an overtime thriller where Mario Chalmers hit a buzzer beater to send the game to overtime, where they eventually finished Memphis off. After his one season at Memphis, Rose declared for the 2008 NBA draft. He was selected first overall by the Chicago Bulls. Rose was fantastic in his first season, winning the Rookie of the Year award while going on to score 16.8 points and having 6.3 assists per game. The next season, he got his first All-Star nod. In his third season, out of nowhere, he was awarded with the MVP award. The youngest player ever to win MVP, Derrick Rose had superior speed. You would figure his ankles or knees would shatter with the amount of acceleration and deceleration he contained. Dunks and blocks unthinkable to mankind were his forte. He also developed a great floater game, and he used this in a Christmas game against the Lakers one year over Paul Gasol for the game winner. After being named to 3 All-Star games and 1 All-NBA selection, the injury hit. In garbage time during a playoff game in the first round against the Sixers, Rose tore his ACL. It was a devastating blow and started off what was the most consistent factor during his career. Rose missed the entire 2012 to 2013 season recovering from the injury. When he returned in 2013-2014 season, Rose suffered a torn meniscus and only played 10 games that season. Another heart-wrenching blow to a player that had an unlimited potential and the passion to bring the Windy City life that had been dormant since the days of Michael Jordan. Injuries piled up amongst his career, but he was a rather serviceable player when healthy. He made stints in New York, Cleveland, Minnesota, Detroit, New York again, and eventually ended his career in Memphis. Rose will go down as the biggest what-if player to ever grace the NBA courts. Number 9, Luka Doncic. Luka Doncic started out his professional career at the young age of 16 years old, playing for Real Madrid. In his first season, he averaged 3.5 points, 2.3 rebounds, and 2 assists per game. The following season, Doncic averaged 7.5 points, 4.4 rebounds, and 3 assists per game. Doncic was named EuroLeague Rising Star by unanimous vote and claimed the ACB Best Young Player Award. In his last professional season in the EuroLeague, Doncic brought home the MVP award, its youngest winner to date. He averaged 16 points, 4.9 rebounds, and 4.3 assists per game. After his career in Europe, Doncic was selected 3rd overall to the Atlantic Hawks in the 2018 NBA draft. He was then traded to the Dallas Mavericks for the 5th overall pick, Trae Young. In his first season, Doncic dazzled fans with his dominance on the court and his control of the game, which he played at his own speed. He isn't quick, but knows how to read the defender's momentum more than anyone I've seen play in a while. He creates so much space, and his shot is near the top of his head, which makes it a very difficult shot to block. I believe he can be more efficient because he can get to the rim at will, and seems like he has ample time to shoot the ball. The reason behind his somewhat lower efficiency at times is just purely the difficulty of his shots. If he slightly improved this facet of his game, the possibilities are endless. Over 7 seasons of play, Luka Doncic has been highly celebrated and compared to the likes of the all-time greats like Jordan and Magic. He has 5 All-Star selections, 5 consecutive All-NBA first-team selections, and top 8 in MVP voting 5 years running. Now, with the controversial trade to the Lakers for an aging but great player Anthony Davis, can Luka team up with LeBron James to bring him his 5th championship, and hopefully the first of many for Luka Doncic? Let me know if you want me to make a video investigating the Luka Doncic trade. There are many theories, and it's good to dive deep down into this type of material for us to be able to call nonsense when the facts don't line up. It's a good skill to acquire for other facets in your life. Number 8. Damian Lillard. Damian Lillard was not a highly scouted prospect out of high school, being recruited as only a 2-star recruit. Lillard received offers from Wichita State, St. Mary's, and San Diego State, but ultimately chose Weber State. Lillard had a 4-year college career which showed massive improvement each year. He won the Big Sky Player of the Year award twice and came in second in overall scoring in his redshirt junior year, averaging 24.5 points per game. In the 2012 NBA draft, Lillard was selected 6th overall by the Portland Trail Blazers. In their season opener, Lillard dropped 23 points and 11 assists, in which he joined the distinct group of Oscar Robertson and Allen Iverson as the only 3 players ever to record 20-plus points and 10-plus assists in their very first game. In his rookie season, Lillard won Western Conference Rookie of the Month honors every single month. Once the season was done, he snagged the unanimous Rookie of the Year award, which has only been done 3 separate times. The next season, Lillard put up similar stats, earning him his first All-Star selection and his first All-NBA team selection. This season contained his famous buzzer beater, series-clinching 3-point shot against the Houston Rockets in Game 6, which propelled the Trailblazers to the second round. This shot really put Lillard on the map and is one of the greatest buzzer beaters in recent memory. Over his remaining time with the Trailblazers, Lillard was a sight to see, scorching defenses behind the 3-point line and showing off his elusiveness in getting to the rim. His time in Portland produced a stat line of 25.1 points per game and 6.7 assists per game. His team never saw great success, however. Lillard didn't have much help though. LaMarcus Aldridge was his teammate for only 3 seasons, and CJ McCollum is kind of the only other high-profile name people can think of when it comes to Lillard's formidable teammates. After many years of unsuccessful seasons, Lillard was traded to the Milwaukee Bucks in September of 2023. The duo of Giannis and Lillard seemed overpowered when I think about it. The only other duo I could think would be better is Giannis and Steph, for the dominance inside and out. Unfortunately, like most super teams in near recent history, things haven't seemed to gel together. There's just something missing. In my opinion, and has always been this, you need a team to win. Chemistry, hustle, and the right game plan will beat out raw talent at least 7 times out of 10. I never underestimate the talent factor, but those small plays in the heart of the battle can tip the scales between winning and losing. Number 7. Kyrie Irving. Kyrie Irving was highly recruited out of high school, getting 5-star high school recruiting honors. He committed to Duke University under coach Mike Krzyzewski. Kyrie was dazzling the crowd with his performances, but suffered a right toe injury which only permitted him to play the first 8 games of the season. Then Kyrie returned for the NCAA tournament. What it would have been if they won the finals that season. But the Blue Devils fell in the Sweet 16, where Kyrie put up 28 points, in what would be his last college game. In 2011, the Cleveland Cavaliers selected Kyrie Irving 1st overall. In his first season, Kyrie won the Rookie of the Year award and was the only unanimous selection to the NBA All-Rookie First Team. A star was being born in Cleveland after LeBron's departure. In the next 2 seasons, Kyrie played extremely well, picking up 2 All-Star Game selections and showed off his superior in-game handles that are only rivaled by the likes of Allen Iverson. His control of the basketball in between defenders, the English used and contortion of his body while in the air to throw in miraculous layup finishes is astonishing. He makes it look so fluid and effortless, yet the level of difficulty is something I don't think I'll be able to comprehend. Although Kyrie had individual success, his team was faltering. Before LeBron's return to Cleveland, Kyrie was only able to lead the team to a 33-win season. Then, LeBron returned, and his new Big Three alongside Kevin Love. In their first season together, the Cavs made the finals against the Steph Curry-led Golden State Warriors. What should have been a great matchup turned sour when Kyrie Irving suffered a knee injury in Game 1 and was ruled out for the remainder of the series. The Warriors went on to win the championship, which became the first of the next 4 NBA championship matchups. The next year is when they overcame a 3-1 deficit in the finals, with Kyrie's sidestep three-pointer over Steph Curry in Game 7. After his third season with LeBron, Kyrie wanted out. He wanted to take on a bigger role and cement himself as a true leader of his own squad. He was traded to the Boston Celtics. After 2 seasons with the Celtics, ironically, Kyrie decided to join the Brooklyn Nets, where he would eventually team up with Kevin Durant and James Harden for another failed Big Three experiment. Ever since Kyrie's Boston days, he has seen injury-ridden seasons, but has provided spectacular performances on the court. His soft touch from 3 and magical handles have kept his teams afloat. Kyrie now plays in Dallas, where he took a trip to the NBA Finals with Luka Doncic, but lost in 5 to the Boston Celtics. This season, tragedy hit Dallas. Luka was traded, and Kyrie had an ACL tear, which ended his season and most likely the franchise's foreseeable future. I think Kyrie is skilled enough to provide meaningful minutes in the NBA. We will see if his head is still in it. Number 6. Tony Parker. Tony Parker played professionally in France with Paris Basket Racing for 2 seasons, from 1999 to 2001. In 2001, the San Antonio Spurs selected Tony Parker in the first round with the 20th overall pick. Initially, Parker was playing backup to Antonio Daniels, but ended up starting 77 games in his rookie campaign. He received NBA All-Rookie First Team honors, becoming the first foreign-born guard to earn that honor. Parker made a huge leap his second season, averaging 15.5 points per game, 5.3 assists per game, and 2.6 rebounds per game. The Spurs made the finals, where they defeated the New Jersey Nets 4-2. Despite the victory and Parker's first ring, he struggled with inconsistent play and was often benched behind some more experienced guards. In the years to come, the Spurs found great success with their core team of Duncan, Ginobili, and Parker. Parker piled up 4 NBA championships, 1 NBA Finals MVP, and brought down the Big Three in Miami in a redemptive Finals rematch, which disbanded Miami's Big Three. Parker's stats aren't all too impressive, averaging 15.5 points per game and 5.6 assists per game in his time with the Spurs. But there was something about his grit and professionalism that is hard to replicate elsewhere. The Spurs had this perfect team. No flashiness, no reliance on any individual player, but pure basketball, which wouldn't have happened without their floor general, Tony Parker. Parker's iconic move is when he would be driving to the hoop, make a hard dribble one way, and do a spin move in the opposite, which always led to easy layups and a light reel. He would only bust it out once in a while, but it was highly effective. Parker was an efficient scorer, shooting 49% from the field for his career. In 2018, Parker signed a 2-year contract with the Hornets, where he only played 1 season. Parker retired and will go down in NBA history as being part of one of the greatest dynasties ever. Number 5. Russell Westbrook. Russell Westbrook was not so much of an overpowering prospect in high school. He didn't start on his school's varsity team until his junior season. Then, after a good junior season, Westbrook hit a growth spurt and grew to 6'3". His senior season saw him average 25 points per game on his way to being recruited by the UCLA Bruins. In his 2 seasons in college, his team made the Final Four both times, but lost each of them, one to Florida and one to Memphis. After his sophomore season, in which he averaged 12.7 points, 3.9 rebounds, 4.7 assists, and 1.6 steals, Westbrook declared for the NBA draft. Westbrook was drafted by the Seattle Supersonics with the 4th overall pick in the 2008 NBA draft. Then, 6 days later, the team relocated to Oklahoma City, where they are now the current Oklahoma City Thunder. Westbrook had a great rookie season, which saw him post a stat line of 15.3 points, 5.3 assists, 4.9 rebounds, and 1.3 steals per game. This earned him 4th in the Rookie of the Year voting and an NBA All-Rookie First Team. Westbrook's second season saw Some of the same, with a slight increase in efficiency and dishing out almost 3 more assists per game. Westbrook had promise in his future. His immense athleticism and outlandish speed opened up many plays, which led to his increased assists. I wouldn't say Westbrook was the best passer, but since he had amazing speed and transition prowess, the game became easy for him, finding the open shooter or roller to the rim. The Thunder were becoming a team to be reckoned with, alongside stars such as Kevin Durant and James Harden. In the 2011-2012 season, the Thunder made the finals, where they would match up against the Miami Heat. They would eventually lose in 5, but this marked the possible establishment of a team here to stay. Westbrook spent 11 seasons with the Thunder, where he compiled 9 All-Star appearances, 9 All-NBA teams, and 6 top 10 finishes in the MVP voting, including his lone MVP in the 2016-2017 season, when he averaged a 31.6 points per game triple-double. Westbrook was accused of stat padding in his 3 consecutive seasons of averaging a triple-double, but I would disagree. Their game plan led to Westbrook being allowed to thrive in the open court. The Thunder's big man, mainly Steven Adams, would box out, and Westbrook would fly in for the rebounds and would be right on his way to push the ball up the court. So yes, his numbers weren't totally representative of his rebounding abilities, but he is one of the best rebounding guards in NBA history. Westbrook is a polarizing player. On the one hand, his numbers are difficult to reproduce, even in a video game. But on the other hand, he has been one of the leaders in turnovers year after year. This is due to his aggressiveness, high usage rate, but also his inability sometimes to read a play correctly, combined with a lapse of focus. As much as Westbrook has his doubters, he gives it his all every game. After his 11 years with the Thunder, Westbrook has been trying to find a team to stay. He's had stints with the Rockets, Wizards, Lakers, Clippers, and now plays in Denver alongside Jokic. The only real weakness I would say Westbrook has is his three-point shot. I never had confidence in it, and it does look ugly at times. I think if he developed more of a set three-point shot when he has an opening, it would do wonders for him. His pull-up mid-range jumper is unstoppable, but once again, I don't know if it is just too fast or tired legs during the game, but he would be too inconsistent with these shots to make him a real threat from those ranges. Westbrook has had a bit of a comeback season, and who knows, this late in his career, he may help provide a championship in Denver and prove all the doubters wrong. Number 4, Jason Kidd. Jason Kidd attended St. Joseph Notre Dame High School in Alameda. Kidd led the Pilots to 2 consecutive state championships, averaging 25 points, 10 assists, 7 rebounds, and 7 steals in his senior season. Dang, that's a crazy stat line. After a highly publicized recruiting process, Kidd chose his nearby University of California over a number of top-ranked collegiate programs, including Arizona, Kentucky, Kansas, and Ohio State University. Kidd impressed in college, averaging 14.9 points per game, 8.4 assists per game, 5.9 rebounds per game, and 3.5 steals in 2 seasons. In the 1994 NBA draft, Kidd was selected 2nd overall by the Dallas Mavericks. In his rookie year, Kidd shared the Rookie of the Year award honors with Detroit's Grant Hill. Kidd's play helped the Mavericks increase their win total by 23 games, from 13 wins the previous season. After 3 promising seasons with the Mavericks, problems ensued with Kidd and the coaching staff, and he was subsequently traded to the Phoenix Suns. His time in Phoenix showed that Kidd was a true point guard, establishing himself as the league's best playmaker. He recorded 3 seasons of being in the top 11 for MVP voting, made 3 All-NBA teams, and 3 All-Defensive teams. In 2001, Jason Kidd was traded to the New Jersey Nets. Kidd provided instant success. Having arguably his best seasons in New Jersey, the Nets made 2 consecutive finals where they matched up against the Lakers in the 2002 finals and the Spurs in the 2003 finals. Unfortunately, they lost both series. They never made it back to the finals, but Kidd kept putting up incredible seasons on both the offensive and defensive sides of the ball. Although not known too well for his three-point shot, Kidd became a pretty good three-point shooter throughout his career. He's currently 19th on the all-time list of three-point field goals made, and is third all-time on the all-time steals list and assists list. After his time in New Jersey, Kidd was traded to his original team in the Dallas Mavericks. Kidd was getting older at this point and wasn't as big of a threat as he once was putting the ball in the hoop. However, he could still pass with the best of them. Another element of his game that may have gone unnoticed was his shot fake. It was very hard to distinguish between his real shot and pump fake. I've never seen someone do it better. Up to this point in his career, Kidd was ringless. Like many of the NBA's best point guards, the NBA Finals win has eluded them. This, fortunately, was not the case with Jason Kidd. In the 2011 NBA Finals, with Dirk Nowitzki leading the effort, the Dallas Mavericks defeated the Miami Heat in the Heat's first season as the Big Three. Some call this the greatest playoff run in NBA history, and I may have to agree with that, with Dirk not having any other real stars on his squad. After 17 seasons in the league, Kidd finally achieved greatness, winning his one and only NBA championship. Kidd then played 2 more seasons, one with the Mavericks and one with the Knicks. He retired in 2013 and is a 10-time All-Star, 5-time assist leader, 6-time All-NBA team selection, and 9-time All-Defensive team member. Number 3. Steve Nash. Steve Nash was a success story with humble beginnings. Nash's high school coach sent inquiry letters and highlight reels to over 30 universities. Then, the University of Santa Clara coach Dick Davey requested footage of the young point guard. He felt he had found a diamond in the rough, but also told Nash that he was the worst defensive player he had ever seen. Nash played 4 seasons of college ball, where he led Santa Clara to 3 NCAA tournaments. Being a smaller school, this was quite impressive for a guard who received no scholarship offers outside of Santa Clara. He finished his career there as the all-time assist leader and the leader in free throw percentage. Then, in 1996, Nash was selected 15th overall by the Phoenix Suns. Nash's first 4 seasons weren't too successful. He was playing behind other veteran guards in Phoenix and was traded to the Mavericks after just 2 seasons. After 2 more similar seasons, in the 2000 to 2001 season, his production exploded. Nash averaged 15.6 points per game and 7.3 assists per game while shooting 40.6% from three-point land. They made the playoffs but received the second-round exit. His next season saw improved numbers and a spot in its first All-Star game. This season ended in the same result, a second-round exit to the Sacramento Kings. Nash recorded similar numbers and helped lead the Mavericks to the Western Conference Finals, where they lost to the San Antonio Spurs. In 2004, after Nash became a free agent and contract negotiations were on the table, Nash eventually signed with the Phoenix Suns on a 6-year contract. Mark Cuban was devastated to see him go, but could not meet the Suns' offer. Nash's next 2 seasons were his best. He helped turn around a 29-win Sun team into a 62-win team the very next season. Nash also won his first MVP award, becoming the first Canadian to receive those honors. He was also only the 3rd point guard to win the award, accompanied by Magic Johnson and Bob Cousy. Nash's season success continued into the postseason, where they reached the Western Conference Finals. They lost to the eventual NBA champion Spurs. In the 2005-2006 season, the Suns incurred trades and injuries that led critics to believe the Suns were ready for a disappointing season. To most people's surprise, Nash led the Suns to a 54-win season and a division title. After a 3-1 series comeback against the Lakers in the first round and a 7-game series against the Clippers, the Suns matched up against the Dallas Mavericks. Once again, the Suns fell short, but not at the expense of another MVP award for the Canadian guard. Nash put together some great seasons afterwards, becoming a 5-time assist leader, 8-time All-Star, and 7-time All-NBA team selection. Nash made 1 more conference finals, but was never able to reach the NBA Finals. His time in Phoenix was quite memorable, linking up with the likes of Amar'e Stoudemire, Shaquille O'Neal, and various other players, dishing out acrobatic assists and shooting the lights out behind the arc. Nash was a part of the 40-50-90 club, completing it the most times in NBA history with 4 seasons of clinching this stat line. After a great career in Phoenix, Nash joined forces with Dwight Howard and Kobe in LA. Nash suffered some back injuries, and that big three never panned out like the Lakers hoped. Nash retired in 2014, going down in history as one of the greatest point guards to ever handle the rock. Number 2. Chris Paul. Chris Paul had an incredible high school career. In one game, he scored a whopping 61 points, which was done in honor of his 61-year-old grandfather, who was murdered earlier that year. Paul finished his senior season with averages of 30.1 points, 5.9 rebounds, 9.5 assists, and 6 steals per game. He was then named North Carolina's Mr. Basketball. Paul stayed local for his college career by attending Wake Forest. His first season saw him garner various school records, an NCAA Sweet 16 appearance, and he was named the ACC Rookie of the Year. After another successful season at Wake Forest, Paul declared for the 2005 NBA Draft. Chris Paul was selected as the 4th overall pick by the New Orleans Hornets. Paul finished his rookie campaign, leading all rookies in total points, steals, assists, and double-doubles, and became only the second rookie ever to lead the NBA in steals. Paul put together incredible season after season, scoring around 19 points per game and dishing out 10 assists per game, and averaged 2.4 steals in his time in New Orleans. After his first 6 years, Paul was then traded to the Lakers, which was disallowed due to the then owner, David Stern, stating that the Hornets, now NBA owned, would be better off staying in New Orleans. After some most likely illegal manipulation in the trade market, 2 days later, Paul was traded to the other LA team, the LA Clippers. This trade led to the eventual formation of Lob City. Paul linked up with teammates Blake Griffin and DeAndre Jordan for what may have been the greatest alley-oop showcase put on in NBA history. Chris Paul racked up accolade after accolade while becoming the league's assist leader 5 times and the league's steal leader 6 times. This led to his nickname, the Point God. The Clippers never found playoff success in Paul's time with the Clippers. Maybe the team needed more fundamental basketball and not rely upon the sheer athleticism that led to so many of their team's buckets. Paul's lack of success in the playoffs brings more evidence to the table of the recurring theme that most point guards lack the physicality to push their teams to win championships. In the 2017-2018 season, Paul was traded to the Houston Rockets. He teamed up with perennial All-Star James Harden. This was the year for Paul. They had been dominant all season, and with only one more game to clinch in the Western Conference Finals, Paul went down with a hamstring injury. They were the only team capable of taking down the Warriors, and with a 3-2 lead, they lost. The Warriors ended up defeating them in 7, which led to the NBA Finals win. After 2 seasons in Houston, Paul was traded to OKC. After a season in OKC, Paul was traded to the Suns. Paul and the Suns had a great first season, in which they made the NBA Finals. They had a 2-0 lead against the Bucks. This was it, the last thing Paul needed in his career to cement his legacy. But again, Paul, Booker, and the Suns lost 4 straight to Giannis and the Bucks. With this series loss, Paul became the first player in NBA history to lose 4 series when they had a 2-0 lead. At this point in his career, Paul was still producing. His little athleticism had dwindled, but his IQ and experience helped him as his body worked against him. The Suns kept winning during the regular season, but time and time again, they lost. In the 2021 playoffs, Paul again lost a 2-0 series lead in the Western Conference Finals, which now marked that tally at 5 blown 2-0 series leads. Paul then had a season in Golden State and is now providing a leadership role in San Antonio for the emerging star Victor Wembanyama. Paul was known for his vision, predictable yet highly efficient mid-range jumper, yo-yo pass dribble, and impenetrable on-the-ball defense. Chris Paul may go down as one of the greatest players without an NBA championship. Number 1. Steph Curry. Steph Curry, what a surprise. Although I wouldn't classify Steph Curry as a traditional point guard, he really did redefine the position. More of a shoot-first player, Curry needs to be guarded every second while on the floor. Curry attended Davidson University. In his freshman season, Curry was 9th overall in scoring and 2nd overall in freshman scoring, only behind future 2nd overall pick Kevin Durant. In his sophomore season, Curry led the Wildcats to a 20-0 conference record and a 26-6 overall record, which was enough to help them make their 2nd consecutive NCAA tournament. In the first round, they faced up against 7th seed Gonzaga. After initially losing by 11 in the first half, Curry scored 30 points in the second half to lead them to their first tournament win since 1969. Again, in the second game, after the lackluster first half, Curry put up 25 in the second half to secure their second win. Another win in the Sweet 16 led them to the Elite Eight, where they lost to the eventual champs Kansas Jayhawks. His next couple of seasons saw him score with the best of them, leading the nation in scoring in his final season with 28.6 points per game. In the 2009 NBA Draft, Curry was selected 7th overall by the Golden State Warriors. Curry had 2 great seasons, but in his third season, he was riddled by injuries. Many skeptics believed his ankle injury problems were going to deter his career and not allow him to reach his full potential. Curry did not give up and improved his craft, being fearless and jacking threes from wherever he felt he could make it. Curry's shooting abilities have not been seen before. Although some will argue that there are better pure shooters in the NBA, which I probably agree with, no one could replicate what Curry was showing us. With difficult shots, Curry was shooting well over 40% from 3, and in his 6th season in the league, won his first MVP award. He shot 44% from 3 this season, and over 90% from the free throw line. Although they didn't win the championship this season, they were soon to be dominant in the next 4 seasons to come. In the very next season, Curry won his 2nd consecutive MVP award and averaged over 30 points per game. This miraculous season ended in the Warriors winning the first of many NBA championships over the Cavaliers. Curry is placed in the top 10 of MVP voting 9 times, has 4 NBA championships, 1-time Finals MVP, 2-time scoring champion, 11-time All-Star, and 10-time All-NBA team selection. Curry has changed the game and has led a generation of young kids jacking up 3 points by the time they're age 5. But in all seriousness, this became the recipe for success. Modeled after earlier Suns teams, and the real influence was the Houston Rockets in their three-pointer and layups only model, the Warriors perfected this type of play with their own flair. After Durant left and Klay was seriously injured twice, we thought the Warriors dynasty was over. But after a down season in which Curry only played 5 games as well, the Warriors showed the league what they were made of. Curry came back with a league-leading 32 points per game and 3rd place finish in MVP voting. This put the Warriors back on the map. And the very next season, Curry led the Warriors to their 4th NBA championship for the dynasty over the young Boston Celtics. Up to this point in his career, Curry has averaged 24.7 points per game, 6.4 assists per game, on 47.1% shooting from the field, 42.3% shooting from 3, and 91.1% shooting from the line. We've never seen a performance such as his, and we may never see it again in our lifetimes. Curry, alongside newly acquired Jimmy Butler, are seeking out their 5th NBA championship. If they can steal this championship in the 2025 season, some believe it will place him as not only the greatest point guard of the 21st century, but as the greatest point guard of all time. This concludes my top 20 point guards of the 21st century. Leave your top 10 or top 20 point guards in the comments below, and let me know if I made any egregious omissions. Thanks for watching.